Welcome back to the railroad, everyone.
Today's video is all about a Bachmann Three Truck Shay, adding Revolution Train Engineer RC and a PB9 Phoenix Sound Board, adding a lithium-ion 14.8 volt 4400 milliamp battery, also adding safe and proper switching for the battery and charger. This will all be done for the Howe Logging Company engine number 5.
Today we're starting a new project. We have a 3-truck Shay. We're going to use Revolution's Train Engineer receiver, and we're going to use a Phoenix Sound Board, and I'm also going to use a Tenergy battery. So one of the first projects we're going to work on today is my battery wiring system. And to start with this, I'm going to do it unconventionally from what a lot of people will do. I have a plug, that's the 2.5 millimeter plug that will come from my battery charger, and this will plug in to charge up the battery. Now this switch basically will take the battery, which will connect here, from either the charge port or directly to the receiver and the soundboard. That way you don't have to worry about crossing over anything. It's either power directly to the boards or disconnect that completely and go power to the battery from the charger. Very simple system. And then if I do need an auxiliary battery, I'm thinking of a different switch for that, just to run directly from an auxiliary battery right straight through to the boards. So that'll be a different setup. Anyway, let's get into this.
Step 1, remove the shell from the third truck tank.
We'll flip this over and we'll remove the 2 screws. Be careful, always use enough pressure to make sure you don't strip these screws out. Okay, and always have a tray ready to set these screws in. Now, set that like so.
Step 2, we install the Phoenix speaker.
The speaker, it's just the right size to mount here. And this is a P9 Phoenix that's specifically set for the Shay. Now, how do you tell which wire goes to which side of the speaker? Because that mounts specifically into the Phoenix soundboard. We just take one of the wires and we mark one side with black. That way we'll cut it here, wire it into the speaker line, and when the speaker gets, this plug gets mounted on the other side, we run it into the same color configuration as we do here. Okay. And let's just pick one. Let's pick the green wire to go to this black connection. So when we do that, we need to make a note. Here we are. On our pad.
I'm making sure to keep the polarity correct on the speaker only because some soundboards require correct polarity. Better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, so when we do that, the Phoenix sound card, the black side wire, will go to the green speaker wire. The orange wire will go to the standard gray side. So we do one at a time so we don't mess them up.
Now, with the speaker wires arranged and soldered, we decide where and how to mount the battery. Now that the position has been decided, we mount the battery and start wiring the switches.
All right, so I think I finally got what I want here, and let's go through this. I have two switches and a charging port. I have a 14.8 volt lithium-ion battery. It's a Tenergy. And the way I have rigged this is I can take the battery out and switch it if I need to. It's easy enough to just pull off the sticky pads and get rid of it. Okay, the two switches. Normally, if you throw something in the forward position, it's turned on. This switch controls the main battery and allows it to charge. If it's in the forward position, your power is through to the drain to run your electronics. If it's in the rear position, it's through to the charge port. So the charge port will charge the battery. So we'll leave it in the forward position for the moment. Now, these wires are a 20 gauge, where a lot of the other wires that the natural plug here has are a smaller gauge. I want a heavier gauge. So I'm running a separate wire. I have a plug here that will supply power to the Revolution Train Engineer receiver and to the sound system, Phoenix. In turn, the Phoenix will provide power back to the speaker through this plug, as well as power will go from this plug to these trucks and to the light. So what if this battery runs low, I'm on the tracks, and I need a battery car? Well, I've got a plug back here to plug in to a battery car. This switch, the forward switch, will run power from the onboard battery or power from an auxiliary battery from a battery car. So two switches. Yeah, I know you can do it with a single switch, but I don't like that idea. I like having things separated. This will separate items better for me. And everything fits nicely. There. And the only thing you see is just a couple of switches. I will have to paint out a scratch there where my drill scratched. But it's going to look very good. So let's get on with this project. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Let's go run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Be safe, stay healthy. We'll see you down the rails, and God bless.